Hey there. Just saw this game. Seemed like a pretty evenly matched game. You know, a couple goals here, a couple goals there. You know, couldn't quite put it together. But what I liked was it looked like a pretty fast game that you were, to me, you looked pretty comfortable with. You weren't getting burnt. You weren't getting pushed around. You were like moving puck. You were making hits, and it's like, and I watched you at the Rice High School last year. Like you weren't playing. They had what was 7D. Like that's not how you develop. And now you're at a higher level with, and everybody can play. And like your regular shift, I'm pretty sure that was first power play. You're on PK. It's like that's way more fun than anything else. And I'm like giving you the nod on your work on the power play. I like your role. I like what you're doing there. Um, Meat and potatoes, right? Guy in front, you release when you need to, and you're supporting the puck carrier. You're getting that puck back, and then you're moving the puck out to the side, and then those guys do their work, and you stand there and you muck it out, right? Those guys don't shoot enough. They try to be a little too cute, so you're standing there taking cross checks over the back, and it's like, come on, shoot the puck. If I'm gonna stand here, stop moving around the horn and fire it already. But I really liked how you went into the corners to get that puck, and you kept coming up with a puck. And I'm gonna chirp you a little bit in that, you know, why don't you do that in the defensive end? That same energy, that same, got to get this. You want to be the guy on the power play. You don't want to lose your spot, right? You don't want to be your spot's never secure. Like, oh yeah, you're on it this week, but if you're not doing it, they'll put somebody else on there. Nobody's spot is ever secure, and I can see the intensity of you going to get that. Your job is to go get the puck and give it to the fellas, and then you go in front, and then you're gonna. That's a role, right? That's front net presence is the whole role. Your dad did it for his whole career, and your job is to get the puck. That same intensity in the defensive end. Your job is to get the puck, and the way you go in the offensive zone is you're first to the puck. In the defensive end, I notice you're kind of second to get to the puck. You let him get there, and then you come in behind him, rather than you going in first. Like, get it. You're the big guy. Okay, let's go through this couple of things. There's always a couple of things. I thought you played well. Like when you watch a game, you'll see like big mistakes, and like that's, you notice those, and you notice really great plays. Okay, and I'm watching you every shift you're on the ice, and it's like you're steady, and it looked great. There's certainly room to improve, but I think you're off to a great start here. Like high school hockey, sophomore, right? You're playing with juniors and seniors and PG guys, and you're a sophomore, regular shift. Like, pretty good, dude. Okay, let's look at this. One little couple things. I saw this happen. These things you can't always engineer. Okay, so what's happening? All right, you are right here. Okay, and the puck is going to get rimmed. So the puck has been rimmed here. Now, did you see the how you got, like, if when a puck is rimmed, it's going all the way. A hard rim is going all the way around. Okay, and the direction you took was kind of following the same angle of the boards, like you're chasing the puck. When there's a hard rim, you're ahead of this guy. You go straight over and then down the boards. You go to the boards first and then you go down. And then the guy will be at your back, so we can't do anything. But the way you did it, it came all the way around and then he got it and then you wheeled in late. And then he's able to make there's a shot on net. It's a little dangerous. So when it comes to a hard rim, like I don't know where the rim happened, but it went by right here. You go just straight over, go straight to the boards, and then down. Okay, all right. This has always been a chirp of mine of you, of where you close your gap, and I find that so like when you close the gap going skating forwards, then you roll back. That's when you've closed the gap. You can't close gap once you've started backing up, and they have the complete advantage if you've given them gap. They can do way more stuff. They can enter the zone, go east west. They can do all kinds of stuff. But if you're right in their face, they're not going to be able to do as much. All right, all right. Oh yeah. So this is the rim. Okay. So you are right here. That's you. Okay. Puck has come out into the neutral zone. Now, you got burnt there because you got to read this. This is where you close your gap. Is like you're skating hard up to the blue line because we are holding the blue. That's the saying, right? Hold the blue. And so the work is to race up to this blue line. So if he does get it and then he turns, you're right there there's no foot race, there's no gap, there's no nothing. But if you watch your effort, it's coast and then you're late and it's a foot race and then you got a lucky bounce and then we're burnt. And you went for the puck. You should have blown 16 up. Yeah, I'm going for the puck. Yeah, sure, I'm going for the puck. And then just roll right over them. But that's another thing. My biggest thing is your gap close, and it's always the same thing for all my defensemen. Whoever I speak to, close the gap by racing forward. You should hear me chirp the defensemen and slugs. Everybody. This is where it happens. Close the gap while going forward. Okay? All right. Here's a nice little play. And it's like, ooh, we did it. It went the wrong way, but, whatever. Okay. So there you are. Right there, a little behind this guy, but I'm not going to get too caught up in those weeds. Okay, puck goes into the corner. You're looking over your shoulder. Okay, you went in, looked over your shoulder, and then it looked like you were getting ready to shim sham here. So you put your stick up. Okay, so that's not shim sham stuff. Remember, the shim sham is your stick goes over the puck first, then the other way. So when you are looking, okay, as you're coming in, it's important that you see where this guy's in a pretty good blind spot, and as you're coming into that, the angle at which you're going into the boards, you have to look and do the math. Where what I mean by that is the math is there's two whites on you. on this side of the ice. So the math is there's less people on the other side of the ice. That's the math. So you're looking over your shoulders. Is it two forwards on you or one forward on you? If it's one forward on you, you're staying on that side. If there's two forwards on you, you got to get to the other side. And then so what you were doing here, and I was like pretty fired up that you're trying to do the shim sham, but you whack the puck to the same side where the pressure was. So the thing would have been to look over your shoulder and fake like you're whacking the puck or you're going that way, because that'll draw these guys definitely to the boards and probably bring this guy right onto you. And a double punch turning the other way will burn these three people. Like, it's super important when you're going into the boards that you've looked over your shoulder and do the math. And if you see the math, it's like you have two guys there. Keep them there by shim shamming into that, right? If I see them there, it's like, well, that's where I want them to stay. So I'm going to shim into that. My fake, like I'm going that way. My stick goes over this side, and I'm doing my punch turn on this, my first punch on this side. That'll keep them there. Then it's the sham and turn the other way, turn your back to them to go out the other way. Okay? That it has to be your, like, I'm watching the NHL got, like, they do it so much. It's like, and why wouldn't you? If somebody's coming to hit you and you're doing that, like, how you're sending signals like you're going one way, so the guy's going to hit that, and then you move off it, and then they're going to miss that because you've moved. That it's such a powerful little move, and you're setting yourself up for it. Putting your stick up in the air is not part of it. It's wanding over the puck. Like, you're going, the puck, your stick just goes over that puck, and then the punch, and then you pick up the puck, and then it's the punch the other way. Okay? Um, yeah. Look, do the math, shim into that, sham away from it. Okay? All right. Next one. You're on the PK. Okay. Let's see. Where was that? Okay. Right there. Okay. It gets a little runny. People are kind of running around a little bit. And so you're right there. Puck is going over to this guy. You don't have a guy, so you are going over to this guy because this guy is hitting somebody in the middle of the ice. Like, you're on the penalty kill. Like, come on. And which makes it a little tricky because you have to cross over. Like, why did you? Well, the guy came from that side. Um, why this guy's hitting him, I don't understand. And this guy's pretty out of position. A little bit of a mess here. All right. So what ends up happening is that you're going over to your guy, shot gets through, and then you're like in the corner behind the net. Like, it's not man on man. It's a zone play. Like, if you go, like, you definitely have to go to your guy, which was fine. You got over there. So right there is where you should hit the brakes, and then you got to stay in this area. Like, going over to him, it's leaving trouble because now this guy has it. So this D's got to go. Like, they're scrambling. Everybody's switching sides and scrambling. Like, you should stay in your box. Like, you got running around. And then if you leave the area, now you're leaving people open. Like, don't leave the area. Stay in this little, you've got a box, and, you've got forwards, you got your D, your D kind of you kind of stay in this box here, right? And you're not going north. You're not, you definitely have to go into the corner to get loose pucks, but you're kind of like the dots and a little like if the puck is loose, you go nuts. But if they've got control, you've created this box, and these two defensemen don't really leave this area. And so if you're kind of floating around back here, like you're out of this area. So you gotta stay there and grind it out. You can't leave because they have one more. It's a 1-3-1, and the 1-3-1 has your position in front, this guy who's crashing, and then these two also crash. This is the only guy that doesn't crash is the guy up top. Like everybody crashes if there's trouble, and you can see like all of this crashing that's happening here. This guy got hit, but so you as the D, you can't be finding yourself out here. You got to hit the brakes and then let that guy go and stay and protect the net. Okay, next one. All right, so this is where I got fired up because this is like the third one I saw. Because I wasn't sure about the power play. Like, I've never seen you in this position before. But, so this is the third time I saw the same thing happen. So there you are, cutting across. You should time that a little bit better because you don't just go across the ice, right? The idea for this type of breakout is that you've got you're one guy that swings, another guy that swings, and then this player comes out with the puck, and then he's going to either pass it there or pass it there. And these players who are over here, the idea is that you are curling and having speed while this player is coming up the boards. So you have two players ideally against one defender. Okay? So you're entering with speed. You're not just waltzing across the ice. Like the idea is that so this player is also doing this, coming this way deep. So if these players enter, you're entering with speed. And here, what I'm seeing, and again, everybody's got their ways of coaching. I'm not sure what's going on, but to me, that's too early. And you're going backwards, right? And then you don't want to be on the boards because he's on the boards, and so he had to pass it up your butt there. You want to be timing it so that as you're curling, so you've come across way too early. And I don't know if they went back or not. He did a little bit. Yeah, I guess so. He had to make that play. Okay. The idea would be you would time it so that as he has the puck, you're curling, you're here with him as he's entering so that the two of you can come and go. Here, if you're standing still, that's hard to enter, and then this guy's giving you too much distance. But all right, so the puck goes in, which is fine, and then that kind of aggression is it. You were behind the guy, and got there, rough and tumbled him, and got the puck. That was the third one I saw, because the other two you did the same thing. You like really powered yourself in there and got to that puck. Okay. As opposed to this one, see the energy, the difference? So there you are there. Equal. Puck's rimmed. Like, and then he came out with it. Very different energy. Like, like you could have probably cut that puck off and go in with a lot more energy. Going in second. He has control because he's on the inside. And then he came out with it. As opposed to this one. That's a very different energy. Intensity. I'm getting that. It's like, I need to get this. This is my job. Well, in the defensive zone, it's the same thing. Like, if you can't come up with the puck and you're always getting beat, you know, you're at a high school level and just like, well, everybody's gonna get playing time. That's not necessarily true. Like, you're at the levels where you might not play if you can't hack it. Now, I'm not saying that at all, but the intensity difference, you can, like, do that one. Do that in the defensive end. That's it. That. It's there. And it's like you come barreling in there, just lift that stick out, throw him out of there, like I just saw right here. Look at this guy. Ragdolled him. Push him out of the way. Did you see that toss? Look at that. Like that. I love it. That push was a total ragdoll. Look how far he flies. Did you see that? Just saying. All right. Next one. Close the gap in the neutral zone. Let's see. Yes. So here you are. Right there. Okay. To me, this is too big for a gap. You can get closer. Because if he gets this, and you're right there, he won't be able to do anything. But now if he gets this, you're too far away to do anything. He didn't get it. Now he gets it. Too big. See, this is good gap. Yeah. So if the puck is, if that were me, and I see these guys, and he's got the puck, I would be up at the red line. I would be up at the red line. He might get it to this guy, won't matter because you could curl that way. If it comes to this guy, I would be able to curl that way, but I'd be up at the red line. You probably would have gotten that loose puck if you were up at the red line. Okay, bounces this to that guy. And then what happens is now he's entering the zone. Totally able to enter the zone. East-west. And then like a kind of a grade A there. That's a grade A shot from kind of a broken play. He was able to, if you can enter the zone and work your way across, a good player can create something from nothing. This right here, that east-west, he's coming over to this player to work him on the 2-on-1. That's what he's doing. He's going right at this player. He's going to isolate this player with his buddy. Perfect 2-on-1. So, hold blue. Close the gap. Closer. Closer. Okay, so there you are in front. Another power play. I'm like, this is awesome. You're going out with the big ticket kids. Um, I'm loving your wall work. I am loving your work in the corner, winning battles, handling the puck, getting control with your forwards to get control of the puck. So that was a nice play. Slid it under the triangle to your dude. He's got it. Right back. Work him. Control. And now you're in front. So remember, that's not your job. Your job is to shield this guy's eyes. And you got to take a beating. You just hang out. Shield his eyes. He can see, so he's not going to shoot. Yeah. But I'm loving your wall work. I'm loving the corner work and your intensity on getting that puck back. It's great. Okay. All right. You are, I believe, over here. Like that, what you did, going in, two guys, dealing with it, pushing them both, getting yourself through, getting control with your considerable stick skills. All that stick work, all of that stick handling that you do so well is for that moment right there. Is to handle a crappy moment. Puck is bouncing, it's all over, but you can handle it, and then you're moving it quickly to your play. Like this is like that rim is legit. Rimming the puck on the power play to your guys like that, totally legit. That's the way to do that. But you like your work, you just keep coming up with a puck, and that's not. You've earned this spot. That intensity, handle it, whack it, got it, controlled it, and then so you got to make sure that when like they're gonna shoot right at you basically. That's how you line up your screen because that's what the goalie's doing. He's lining up right at the shot. Wherever the shot is, you're moving. And he's not the guy, ideally, if he's not going to shoot it at you, he's going to see the sides. But your job is so that the goalie can't see around you. You're not, just trying to get a nice tip on this side. It could be on this side, it could be on that side, but your job is his eyes, like right on his eyes. So that's your job. And then you release when you need to. Like your work on the power play is good. I think the guys have to shoot more. All right. What did I write this for? Oh yeah, your exit there. Yeah, puck came out of the zone, and did you go as hard as you possibly could to get out? I know it was kind of far. You're like down at the bottom. You're down here, and the puck gets out, and it's like, oh, you better get out, man. Like, are you going full tilt or 3/4 tilt and didn't make it? I'm like, I mean, gotta go, dude. Gotta go. I'm seeing so much good stuff on the power play. And your 5-on-5 shifts are like solid. Again, like Do you see that? Little tip. That's your stick skills. Handling that. You totally stick handled him with that tap. Oh, it's awesome. All right. Safe play. And what I love is that you get to work in front and then you do that. You're out into the corner for support. If they need it, you're there. And then you're back in front. Now you got to make sure you got his eyes. You hit the brakes. I guess maybe that's a tap in. That's where you would be to tap that in. And you're there, just taking, you're taking it. And you're still getting stronger, man. You're like, my favorite stuff is you're recognizing how to release from the front of the net to the corner in case of support, and then you're back in front. You're just working. It's great stuff, man. Okay. Right, there you are in front. So a thing to think about, right? If you're getting boxed out like that, let's roll. Like, don't like, push back on pushing. Just roll off the back of him. So wherever he's pushing, you can just roll and then be behind him. And then once you're behind him, then you'll have more mobility. But if you're standing there kind of like leaning into him, but still you're creating that dominance in front. And I'm going to, your players, they just move it around the horn. They move it around the horn and you're just taking shots in front. And then that pass, like right through the middle of it, like this lane, just relax, get it up to 12 and start firing it. It's like, shoot the puck. They're always wanting to be so cute, too cute, too cute. Like, why wouldn't he shoot it right there? Toe drag snapshot. Fire it. You're right there. You're perfect screen. And then he makes a little cute move and goes behind the net. I'm like, okay, just shoot it, man. Listen to me talking. You gotta shoot it. Graham, if you're watching this, I'll shoot more, I promise. I promise. I know you yelled at me at practice the other day. Yeah, well. All right. Try not to go back to the same side you get the puck. Oh, yeah, I remember this one. All right. Where are you? You are... I think this is you right here. It is. That's you. Okay. All right. Now, kind of a rule of thumb. I know it happened. This scene happens a little quickly, but you get the puck from this side, right here. And like as a rule of thumb, if it comes from this side, you don't want to go back to this side. It's a mush. It's kind of like the math rule. Like if you see two guys on this side, there's only one somewhere else. And you don't even have to know where else is. The one is better than dealing with the two. Same thing here. If you get the puck on this side, everybody's already here. The other side has there's no one over there. So what you can do here is take one step backwards and drift the pass over to your partner or back up. It does happen quickly, but I think as soon as this puck comes to you right here, instead of immediately going this way, I would mohawk open to retreat, to like drift backwards this way with the intent of using your partner. Just kind of, I know it happens fast. Yeah, so you held the puck a little bit there. You cradled it and then shot it out. Like if you cradled it and drifted, cradled it and then drifted back. As soon as you got it here, because you cradled it, you could open or back instead of coming forward. Okay, kind of. I know this happens pretty fast, but try to comes from this side, go to the other side. Always, always, always. All right. You did a nice play here. Again on the power play. There were so many penalties right here. This little play, dude, that was so legit. So legit. Love this. So you're picking up the puck. That little delay to hit the cross ice. Got lucky, 11. Got lucky. Then they kind of, they're not controlling it, and you hung out over here. You gotta come over to help. You gotta release from here. Come over, help, because it turned into a bit of a mess. I think it was a breakaway, but super pass. Love that. Like you're totally able to be handling the puck the way you do, like in that scene. Like do it in the neutral, like the way you're handling the puck with comfort on the power play in the corner. You're just not whacking it away. You make your little move to protect it, and then you're sliding it off to your player. That's the exact same kind of attitude in the defensive end. You're showing it in two different places. On the power play, in the offensive zone, you've got to do it in the defensive zone. Same thing. Intensity, get in there, and then you make those little moves to move the puck out. Like it's so close to just like all those pieces coming together. Okay, so here you are. And part of the reason why I'm just showing all these power plays is because of this ability that I'm seeing you like that. See that kind of aggression? Like your puck is there, force them to just cough it up. Like that's because of what's going on right there. You're going hard. You did it again. Here, when you receive the puck, see how you drifted back? Right there? Defensemen, we control defenders by doing that, by drifting. We drift back. And we drift back. Like, keep coming. Come. I'm the dangerous one. Come on, everybody. And then you're sliding it out. Like your control of the corners is significant. He's this guy who had the puck needed to relieve a little bit of pressure, slow everything down, slow these guys down, because once you pass the puck a couple of times, that's going to slow the defenders down. If you pass the puck one, like they might be like buzzing. If you string like 3 or 4 passes together, that'll slow the box down. And what you did right here, you moved in and you drifted back to create space and time. Handle it. Perfect. Now look at this. Why he moved over, I don't know. I don't understand that. Right now, he's in the middle of the box. There's the line to the box, and you're on your way. where's 17? There should be a guy right here in the 1-3-1. But then he moved over, and now the lane is not there. But you got there. So right there. See him looking? Like he's kind of... You got to block his eyes. So the way to imagine it is that if he shoots it, he's going to hit you. Like it's straight at you. Like you're right in the way. Because that will mean the goalie is right behind you. If you have to make the goalie move like that, and then this guy sees that and shoots to the other side, then those are all goals. And there you are on the inside. Defense is like, goalie lost sight of it. Doesn't even know he has it. No idea. That could have went right in. Like a smart guy is going to see the screen and just rifle it in. We teach the points to shoot at about waist high. It used to be the old school way is 6 inches off the ice, but now it's like waist high. So you can tip it up, you can tip it down, and then you also have left and right. You got to get good at. But like you're already starting to screen the guy. I'm like liking this. And then you're right in the way. He had no idea he had it. That's because you screened him. Like you're doing a really good job on the power play. But I want to see that kind of, I keep saying it, that kind of intensity on the other end and that kind of calmness with that puck, that drift. It's okay. Because your wingers are doing the same thing that's going on the offense here. Like the guys who are lining up on the boards, they're doing the same thing. The two of you are working, and then you have a center that you've got guys to hit. It's okay. You can do it. And then just this last one, the energy piece. To leave you with this is passive energy. That's second man in energy. You're the first guy in. Like on a loose puck, get it. And then you're going to move him out of the way. Like you guys can hit as you're going in. Like create that dominance. Wide legs, big shoulders. Move him out of the way before you get to the puck. As you're coming in, boom. And then like we'll see who's standing. You will be. You will be. And you're still getting stronger every day. Yeah, man. Okay, that's all I got. I think you're doing great. Like you've the hockey is higher and you're responding. And your regular shift, first power play, like, I mean, doing good, man. Okay, we'll see you at the next one.